Just one day after he was reinstated to Twitter, white supremacist Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes has been suspended from the platform once more. What did Fuentes do to get booted off Twitter again? Hannah Geis, a senior researcher with the Southern Poverty Law Center, wrote that overnight Fuentes hosted a Twitter space where he praised both Hitler and domestic terrorist Ted Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber. This is far from the first time Fuentes, the morally bankrupt, horrible influence on society, has praised Hitler. Take a look at this compilation.
I believe that organized Jewry is extremely influential in the United States. We need to go back to burning women alive more. You know, these left-wing people, in their heart of hearts, they know they're wrong because they know that black people are violent. Hitler was a German statesman.
You know, enough with the Jim Crow stuff. Who cares? Oh, to drink out of a different water fountain. Big deal.
Don't tell me they're entitled to their religion. If their religion involves my Lord in hell, then they can get out of America. Oh, I'm anti-Semitic? Yeah, I on your Talmud. You think I'm anti-Semitic? You think I care what Antichrist believes? Send the military into these black neighborhoods, make the streets safe. They'll complain about it. It doesn't matter. Hitler was a pedophile and kind of a pagan. It's like, well, he was also really cool.
It was also really cool, says this moron who can't even fit into a suit he chose for himself. Way too big and way too idiotic for even words. After his suspension, Fuentes has told his followers to ask nicely for his account back. While he may be gone from Twitter, Elon Musk has unbanned many horrible right-wingers who are still on the platform, including far-right anti-Semitic quote-unquote reporter Patrick Howley, Stop the Steal organizer Ali Alexander, QAnon conspiracy theorist Liz Crock, and far-right activist Sam Hyde, neo-Nazi founder of the Daily Stormer Andrew Anglin, white nationalist Richard Spencer, and of course, Donald Trump. Last week, Elon tweeted this. People on the right should see more left-wing stuff, and people on the left should see more right-wing stuff. But you can just block it if you want to stay in an echo chamber. Apparently, that's why he thinks that right-wing radicals deserve their accounts back, so you can see their stuff. Like both sides of this are equal. Like both sides of Hitler and not approving of Hitler are the same, and we should all be exposed to it equally and just block it if you don't like it. This guy's supposed to put us on Mars? Doubtful.
Yeah, Cenk. He might already be there. So I don't know what Elon Musk thought we meant. So we would argue, we meaning generally speaking rational people, not just the left, hey, there's some speech that's horrific and maybe doesn't deserve to be on your platform. Now, the government says that anybody can say it, right? But they don't have to say it on your platform. And certainly advertisers thought, I don't want them saying it on this platform if I'm going to advertise on there. So Nick Fuentes can say it in his room, he can say it on his own website, etc., about how much he loves Hitler. But if you put that stuff on Twitter, it's toxic, right? And it does influence people. Unfortunately, that stuff does spread, right? And Elon Musk was like, no way, man, I'm a free speech absolutist. And these are right wingers, they're just as equal to the left wing, man. They got really good points. I'm gonna spread it out to you guys. And then so he brings Nick Fuentes, who's already said that Hitler was really cool, back on the platform. And the first thing he does is a video about how cool Hitler is. And then they ban him again. Well, what did you think he was gonna say? Did you think he had, like, all of a sudden he was gonna turn around and be, and did you think we were complaining because we didn't like his favorite color? No, I'm a talk show host. I want tons of latitude for what you can say. But there's a place where you draw the line. Like, hey, saying go hurt this one person, that's a call to violence. Of course you gotta ban that. There's no free speech absolutist that says, oh yeah, this is Bob, this is his address, go kill him. No, that's not free speech. I mean, the famous thing the Supreme Court always says, that people always refer to from the Supreme Court is, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. But by the way, these days, you can yell fire on Twitter all day long, nobody's gonna care, okay? And so The right wing would think like, why not? I got a right to yell fire, and if people get trampled, that's their goddamn problem. Well, I got freedom to say fire, right? I mean, look at this. Of course, Andrew Anglin runs the Daily Stormer. It's a Nazi website. He's still on Twitter. All right, okay. And by the way, I don't need to debunk dumbass Fuentes, but if you notice, he's like, black people are violent. And by the way, Hitler's really cool. Gee, I wonder who's the violent one. I couldn't quite tell.
Hitler's violence was necessary, so that's the difference in Nick's mind. But first, let's all laugh at how obvious it is that Elon Musk does not want to be the CEO of Twitter, and how much stress really must be on his plate because of it. But also, Nick Fuentes is like, he's such a loser. I mean, he said, what was it, like 2 years ago, he was in a podcast where he basically said like he's never had a girlfriend, never slept with a woman, never really had any type of real relationship with a woman whatsoever. And if you think that doesn't correlate into his hatred of pretty much everybody who isn't like, the master Aryan race, you better think again. Because oftentimes men like this think that hatred starts with women and then like grows and expands out. Not always, but often. But it's Nick, unfortunately, like you pointed out, he has so much influence, but he's such a loser. And he's just a dweeb and a punk, and he knows he is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him, with him basically being an incel, but
yeah, he's on camera saying that. Yeah.
Cannot say I'm surprised by any means. I mean, aside from his inability to fill out a jacket, you hear him speak for 2 seconds. Who's going to be interested in that?
What do you say? Women should be burned alive again, so that may contribute into it a little bit.
Not a great line for your Hinge bio.
Right, exactly. Not a good way to get the game going. But
now, Ben, everybody knows that the Jews control well-fitting suits, okay, and that's why he couldn't get one, and he had to get a very poorly fitted suit. Okay, everybody knows that. So, by the way, Ali Alexander also taken off the site because he also said horrible things after he was put back on the site. Of course, that's what we've been saying all along, Elon. God, it's amazing to see how unintelligent he is on these things. I mean,
yeah, it's like he thinks they were taken off for no reason before, and now he's doing justice by taking them off for horrible things. Just talk to your team that you fired. Oh, you can't fire them, but ask them why. Google it. Google these names before you reinstate them. Look at their past tweets.
And it's just another too. I mean, this is also him, like when he just comes out with these crackpot either ideas that people have already had, like for instance, like the tunnel like vacuum trains. That's very old and it's not very efficient. And then people paint it like it's his idea, or the ideas of basically putting people in rockets and shooting them around the world because that's supposed to be faster, even though that would cause all kinds of trouble. The sound, the rockets have 1 in 100 chance of exploding. I mean, after like 2 decades basically of Elon Musk, and 2, I worked for one of Elon's companies, Solar City, which was like had sold completely fake products. The solar panels were like completely fake. And when I got through the training process, the company like went broke. So I've been talking about Elon Musk for a long time. He really, in my opinion, Elon Musk is one of the luckiest men of modern times to be in the position that he's in and just fail so hard, so consistently, and just be a mascot. He's the luckiest man in the world.
Yeah, so I've met and interviewed Ray Dalio. He's also one of the richest people alive. He made his money in finance, and you could have a bone to pick with him, et cetera, et cetera. But the guy oozed intelligence. Like whether you like him or you don't like him, the minute you talk to him, you're like, this guy's smart, okay? You look at Elon and you're like, Jesus, there's something wrong with this guy. How the hell did he get here? And so we've been over it before, he bought Tesla, he didn't create Tesla, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's lack of intelligence or if it's something else, but he just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand that like letting on Nazis onto your site is not like some sort of rebel cool thing to do. And because you want your tax cuts doesn't mean that insane right-wingers are just as valid as other, points. That saying Hitler is cool is just as valid as saying that maybe people should have higher wages. But I'm not sure that he's ever going to get it. The only good news that comes out of all this is bankruptcy for Twitter is imminent. I mean, already people that invested into it are writing off half of the investment gone. From 44 billion, they're marking it down to 22 billion, and it's dropping as we speak. And by the way, so is Tesla. They had a nice little earnings the other day, but otherwise, Tesla's in trouble too because people are looking at it and going, oh, I guess the guy running is an idiot. And so maybe this is how he exposed himself by accident.
And if you want to get exposed to neo-Nazis, white supremacists, social posts, just go to Truth Social. Former president approved.
Yeah.
Or like, what's the other platform? Rumble, where like basically everybody who gets banned off of all the streaming platforms go to like, converse with a bunch of weird dudes. Basically, that's what Rumble is.
There's like a million of them. Remember Candace Owens and her husband were trying to peddle Parler off to Kanye, and they got him to buy it. I would love to know what that price was. And then as soon as they're like, damn it, he's too obviously pro-Hitler. We were subtly pro-Hitler. He's obviously pro-Hitler. Because remember, Candace defended him even after his first set of comments that were pro-Nazi. And then once they realized they couldn't sell it to him anymore, they immediately shut it down. They were bankrupt the whole time.
And I don't, obviously there's no way to draw straight lines, always between cause and effect of these things. But when Cenk, when you and I were on together and we, took a very strong stance against people platforming Kanye and his anti-Semitic speech, and I said directly that any platform that puts him on again and allows this speech is now an anti-Semitic platform. I have not seen Kanye on any platform saying anything like that since. So who knows where it came from, or maybe he just got tired of being anti-Semitic, but at least we have not heard those words out of his mouth in a while.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.